Welcome back to the UK, Ian, and thanks for joining us. Could you just tell us a little bit about your role with the Uniserve Group?
Thanks, Sam. It's great to be back as always. I wish you could do something about the weather though, because I'm feeling a little bit cold and wet at the moment. I have a couple of roles in the business. One is for Uniserve, which is a Regional General Manager's role, and that's basically means that I'm responsible for all of the stakeholder relationships in the Far East and parts of Southeast Asia. That includes sea, air and logistics partners, carriers for airlines and shipping lines, suppliers, customers, visiting colleagues, lawyers, accountants, property agents and so on. I get to touch many things in the business, and as you can imagine there's an awful lot of moving parts there. My other role is I'm the Global Commercial Director for UniOcean Lines, and UniOcean Lines is our global sea freight division, and the aim of that is to unify all of our international sea freight activity from branding through intelligence systems, common documentation and legal framework, and ultimately give us a collaborative strength, a stronger partnership, and the ultimate yield is for smarter buying. Within UniOcean Lines, we're trying to create a win-win for everybody involved, and especially the end customer.
What are the major challenges facing our customers logistically in your region over the next few years?
We're seeing larger demand from the e-commerce sector, which is largely driven by a B2C business. Rates are still fairly healthy, and demand for quality air freight products still very much exists. From a sea perspective, there's less choice than ever, with fewer carriers and fewer alliance options, as I'm sure you're aware. The market's slightly weak currently. That's because of a lower demand in Q2, along with the advent of a couple of new products, and finally a lot of new ultra-large ships coming onto the trade. There's also a lot of talk about things like big data, the Internet of Things and blockchain. For me though, the industry is still about people, and good people gravitate towards good people, and good businesses gravitate towards good businesses.
So you've been living in Asia for over 11 years. Tell us a little about an expat's life there.
Okay, that's a really interesting question. I think the most important thing for me was to make Hong Kong home very, very quickly. I didn't want my family to think that we were in transit, and I think it's super important to have a sense of belonging and loyalty and pride in where you are in the world. You know, Hong Kong has some absolutely amazing culture and traditions. We've definitely made a big effort to integrate and try and make a positive contribution to Hong Kong society. We live a humble life. We live in a small village in a place called Poi O, which is in South Lantau Island, and that's about 50 kilometres away from the city centre by road, by rail or by ferry. We have a great beach close by, and would you believe we have feral water buffalo wandering around the streets of Poi O. There used to be some wetlands there where there were rice paddy fields. They've gone now, but the buffalo have stayed, and they're a big part of the community locally. You know, we've got some great friends locally from all over the world. That's a fabulous experience. However, it's always hard to say goodbye when people move on, and there has been a lot of that lately. There seems to be a little bit more movement, but you know, I'm forever positive. I'm looking forward to the next few years and the opportunities ahead. Thank you very much, Sam.
Thank you for coming.